So that finishes our conference talk of EA, Ubisoft, and Bethesda. We're now going to be talking about our predictions. We're going to go conference by conference. We're going to make two predictions. One pretty plausible. The other one maybe outlandish, maybe not. It was up to them. I gave them an idea. And let's see what we fill in our balls, boys, what we're going to predict. And we'll come back after the show and see what came true and what didn't. So we're going to go with Ubisoft conference first. I'll go with mine. I think that the Red Links game, they're going to have a new game. I think they're going to unveil it. It's going to be Trials, whatever. And what I'm going to predict is I think it's going to be a console exclusive for Xbox. The reason I say this is that the first Trials HD, was only on Xbox Live, and the second Trials game was only on Xbox. Trials Fusion was the first game to be on PlayStation Xbox. So they do have a close tie there to Microsoft. It would make sense for Microsoft to get some more exclusives, because exclusives always help a console sell. So my first prediction is that Red Links will unveil a new Trials game, and it will be console exclusive. My second and more outlandish prediction, Ivory Tower, the guys behind The Crew, their new game is going to be a Rayman kart racer. That's my prediction. And obviously it probably will never happen, but here's my thought process. They made a racing game. Rayman hasn't had a new game. The last couple of Rayman games have introduced a slew of new characters. A ton of new characters. And yeah, why couldn't we get a kart racer on consoles that people actually buy? Mario Kart's awesome, but not a lot of people on the console, unfortunately, and I'm not going to buy a console for Mario Kart. So I think it could be plausible. Highly outlandish, but, Ivory Tower making a Rayman kart racer. So what about you guys? What's your Ubisoft predictions?
Since you poked fun at it really quick,
okay.
I'm pretty sure Mario Kart had like a 50% attach rate.
I'm not saying it didn't sell.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Props to it. It's a great game, too. I would want to play it. It's not that I don't want to play it. It's just, I don't want to own a Wii U. So, what were your guys' Ubisoft predictions?
I'm thinking we're going to see a Rayman game from one of those Ubisoft, City, studios.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's going to be like a full-fledged 3D platformer.
Okay.
That's going to be my bold prediction.
Okay, and what's your regular prediction?
Like I was saying earlier, I think we're going to have both Ghost Recon Wildlands and Watch Dogs 2 coming out this fall.
Do you think they're going to be more of a prediction, like release dates, months? You don't have to say specific dates.
We'll say Ghost Recon will be September and Watch Dogs will be November.
Okay. And Jordan, what are your predictions for Ubisoft?
So, for my first plausible one, I'm thinking that we're going to see some kind of other spin-off of one of their series, kind of like they did with Far Cry Primal.
Okay.
I think that's definitely plausible, just because Far Cry Primal definitely didn't set the world on fire, but I think it was a solid top 10 seller in the months that it came out.
It's like a AAA game, not like a Assassin's Creed side-scroller, right?
Oh, no, definitely AAA.
Okay.
Definitely, a big $60 title. I think that it just seems like that fits for Ubisoft. They already do a lot of spin-offs with, like, the Tom Clancy series, and I'm not sure what franchise this would be in, but I definitely think it's plausible that we see some kind of spin-off akin to Far Cry Primal.
Okay. First prediction, new spin-off game. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then my bold prediction for Ubisoft is going to be that we actually do get to see Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think as recently, it's been within the last year, maybe even the last 6 months, but one of the guys that works on that game, or at the studio that is in charge of Beyond Good and Evil 2, has said that it's still around, it's still in development, still exists, and they've never come out and said it's canceled. And at this point, it either exists or it doesn't, and they're saying that it does. So I think that at some point you've got to mention it, you got to show it in some official capacity. So I definitely think it's a bold, far out prediction, but I think it's very much possible that we see a little bit of Beyond Good and Evil, because for one, people aren't going to let that game go. They're going to keep on asking those Ubisoft PR guys and heads of studios of, is this game still alive? Is it still around? Same thing with Last Guardian until we knew about that. And they're not going to let it go. So I think that you either have to cancel it and come out and say it, or just go ahead and show it.
Just to preface too, guys, we didn't talk about any of these predictions before to each other, so they're all surprises to all of us.
True.
EA predictions. We'll go in a new order. Since I went first this time, Dom, let's go with you first on EA. What do you have for us?
All right, so let's go with the regular ones. We'll say Titanfall 2. Does that have a release date yet?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So we'll say Titanfall 2 comes out in November.
Okay.
I think that's pretty, a pretty easy prediction to make.
So the same month as Battlefield.
Yes, and also the same month as Call of Duty, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah. And that's, so there's a little boldness to that one a little bit too. Yeah, in the same month as, those other two huge shooters. So, Battlefield, actually, I'm going to say that's going to be a little... Do we have a release date for that, actually?
I think they said November. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Okay, well, I'll assume it's already November then. Anyway,
okay.
For my bold prediction, I wish that Jordan hadn't made his earlier. This is the one thing he did spoil for us, but otherwise I would have took that same pick. So instead, I will say the bold prediction will be they add, if you bought the season pass for Battlefront, they will add a campaign to it, kind of thing. That will be one of the DLCs.
Whoa!
Oh, so one of the announcements is they have a campaign as a DLC.
Exactly.
That's pretty bold. I'll give you that. Good call.
Because
that final expansion still hasn't been announced for Battlefront.
Wow. So Titanfall November release date, Titanfall 2 obviously, and campaign coming to Battlefront are your two predictions.
Because they were working on it.
Yeah.
So I think it's
John
possible.
Boyega wants it. He gets it.
Yeah, exactly. Finn, which is funny because it's like end. So Jordan, what are your predictions for EA?
Yeah. So this one's kind of just a general vague one, but I'm gonna say even more Star Wars. So Respawn, Visceral, and Motive are all at the cusp, the beginning of their development cycle for their 3 Star Wars games. And of course we know that Battlefront 2 is going to be happening. And of course we also know that there's not going to be any more Disney Infinity Star Wars. So I know that it seems like all of EA is working on Star Wars right now, but I still think there's going to be even more. And it could be just an Old Republic expansion or something like that, but they are, Disney wants to put as much Star Wars, not just movies, but toys, and expanded universe, comics, novels, games, whatever they can in front of your face, because they know that people love Star Wars and want to eat it up. So I think we're going to see even more Star Wars from EA.
So that was your regular prediction. What's your bold prediction?
Right. So the bold one is that earlier on in the show I was saying I didn't want to spoil anything. Talked about how Casey Hudson had moved from BioWare Montreal over to BioWare Austin, which is the Old Republic studio. And then before the show, Jerrad and I were talking about how technically, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are no longer canon since Disney bought Star Wars. However, BioWare Austin has been doing expansion packs for the Old Republic that actually continue the story from Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 with Darth Revan and some of the other characters. So in a weird kind of way, KOTOR actually is canon in some ways. So my bold prediction is that the reason Casey Hudson left BioWare Montreal and his famed Mass Effect series that he's been directing for so many years, there's very few reasons that he would want to leave that situation and go to BioWare Austin. And I think the reason is that he is working on Knights of the Old Republic 3 or a reboot or whatever it is.
KOTOR in some fashion.
That would be right, exactly. And that's going to be a big announcement if that's the case. People have been clamoring for a sequel to KOTOR 2 for about 10 years or so now. So I think that would be awesome if that was the case. And that would fit into the even more Star Wars thing.
Yep, so it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
You guys took a lot of the safe ones. Mine are kind of both bold. So my first prediction is that Motive gives us a game title. So we get the name of the Motive game, right? Jade Raymond maybe comes on stage and says, Star Wars, the thing, whatever it is. And then we get a release window of 2018. That's one of my predictions. So Motive game title plus 2018 is the release.
Even though that studio was just started in the last 6 months?
Yeah, I don't think that Motive's the only one working on it. I think that they have.
Okay.
So
that's a good point.
Second, and maybe that could be why Visceral's game's taking so long. They may be helping on that as well. You never know.
Jesus. Just make Dead Space 4. Come on.
It's funny that you say that. My second prediction,
Ooh.
not Dead Space 4,
shit.
sorry. I think this is a two-parter. So I have a first part and then I have a super bold second part. VR is getting really big. I think that EA is smart to get on the VR train. I think that they're going to make a Dead Space VR game.
I'll lose it.
Fuck! No!
I think...
Screw you!
I think that
Not
they're going to make
Jerrad, but EA.
I think they're going to announce they're going to be like, we know you guys love VR. We know you guys love Dead Space. We know you guys love horror. We're putting all that together. Dead Space VR. I think it's going to be... I don't think it's going to be a rehashing of Dead Space 1, 2, or 3. Hopefully. God, not 2 or 3. But I think that I think they're going to do something with Dead Space in that same universe. I think it's going to be a VR game. Second part to this, we talked about this last week of Microsoft supposedly working with somebody on a VR game for the Xbox big boy.
A European studio.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, that kind of cancels it then. Never mind. I was going to say that will be the exclusive VR game. But, yeah, so my two things are Motive game title plus the year, Dead Space VR game. Those are my two.
What I bet is actually more likely that you're right, except it's not Dead Space game. It's, a VR experience.
Yeah.
Like an hour-long type thing that you barely interact with or something.
Yeah.
See, if I was going to be excited for VR, which I'm really just not, just because, probably because I haven't tried it yet, but if I was going to be excited for VR, it's because of the horror capabilities that I think would be really cool.
Yeah.
However, if that's what they do after just totally destroying the Dead Space series, bringing it to VR, I mean, fuck, man, that's one of my favorite franchises of all time. Like, I'm a huge Dead Space fan. And I was even a big fan of Dead Space Extraction on the Wii, which is a on rails kind of time crisis game.
Of that.
Yeah, me neither.
But it's like, 6 hours, whatever. Like I said, it's on rails, and it's canon within the Dead Space universe. I've picked that canon apart, but even that, like, I love that, and that would kind of be comparable to like a VR game since it was PlayStation Move and Wii Wand.
I would love this.
I really, man, like the way that they just move so far away from what Dead Space 1 was with 2 and 3. I think that they're going to piss a hell of a lot of people off if the next Dead Space game isn't proper Dead Space 4. And an actual horror game, not action adventure.
I think this is a franchise that I wouldn't say they don't care about, but they're willing to take risks with. And I think if there was one franchise that they would do it with, it's Dead Space. So lastly, Bethesda. Jordan, you hit us up with yours first.
So, first one I think is really just as safe as you can be. I think that you're going to get, from Bethesda, as successful as Doom has been, maybe even the sleeper hit of the year in my eyes. I think you're going to get some big fat Doom DLC announcement, and then even more, like I'm talking, you're definitely going to get multiplayer DLC, but I think you might even get some single player DLC just because people were pleasantly surprised with how well the campaign was. And then, like I said, even more than that, I think you're also going to get some Snap Map DLC because, like you said, Jerrad, that's a really cool feature, and it is kind of the third pillar of that game. So, some substantial Doom DLC and some big Snap Map improvements.
Is your bold and your regular all in one, or is that just your regular?
No. That's just my single plausible one. Then the bold one is that we're going to get a new IP from Bethesda, and possibly even Bethesda Game Studios, even though I know they're kind of wrapped up in the whole Fallout thing right now. I do think that it's time for them to branch out. If not Bethesda Game Studios, I definitely think Bethesda as a publisher. But Bethesda Game Studio in particular, they kind of just bounce back and forth between Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Fallout, Elder Scrolls. So at some point that's got to get tired,
Yeah.
Kind of like with BioWare and Dragon Age and Mass Effect. At some point you're going to want to do something other than just two different franchises. So maybe not the boldest of predictions, but Yeah, I think we're going to get some kind of new IP from Bethesda.
Okay. Mine are, so my plausible one is an Elder Scrolls mobile game. Whether that's Elder Scrolls Legends or something else, I think we're going to get an Elder Scrolls mobile game announced. Going to your point of them going Fallout, Elder Scrolls, it makes sense to me that they released Fallout Shelter and it was so successful that they would have an Elder Scrolls mobile game. So that's my first prediction. And my second one, my bold prediction, is Machine Games will be at the show and they will be showing off Quake Reborn. I don't know if it'll be named Quake Reborn, but I think it'll be what Wolfenstein New Order was to Wolfenstein, what Doom was to Doom. I think Machine Games will show off Quake, the new version.
Okay.
So that's my bold prediction. What about you, Dom?
All right. I think my regular prediction, I'm going to say Evil Within 2 is going to get, announced, shown, release date later this year.
Okay.
Or actually, you know what? I'm going to say early next year.
Okay.
Probably a little early on. Plus, they're going to want to get out of the way of, I'm pretty sure Resident Evil is supposed to come out this year. But anyway, so I'm going to say, Evil Within 2 for spring 2017 is the easy prediction.
Okay.
And the bold prediction, I'm going to have some fun with this. So I think the big thing that's going to happen is they're going to announce Fallout blank, whatever city that is, this generation's
New Vegas.
Exactly. I don't know if I think it was Obsidian that had made New Vegas. I don't know if they have the capacity for this right now. But I think they're going to follow that same formula here. I'm hoping they're
Fallout Old Detroit.
Formula.
But
Exactly.
you think that you'll get a Fallout spinoff this close to Fallout 4?
That's why it's bold, baby.
Well, yeah, it would be early, right, for them to say anything about it if that were the case.
What was the difference in release dates for 3 in New Vegas?
2 years?
Couple years, yeah.
2 years, I think.
Yeah.
So I
Sounds
mean,
about right.
I'll say my prediction is, they're just going to mention it. Like, by the way, this is happening. Expect it, or maybe not even expect anything. Just this is happening. See
Yeah.
right, and that's
okay.
about it. But also, I want to throw one other thing in there. A lot of people have been buzzing around about, a Skyrim remake on PS4 and Xbox
It doesn't make
One.
sense, man.
I know. I'm with you. I don't think that will happen, but I do think, and they might actually, they would probably announce this like at the Microsoft conference instead of at the Bethesda one. But I think Skyrim will be announced. This is back compatible on Xbox One.
That would be so good.
That would be huge for them. And I
Why
would
isn't
imagine
that already a thing?
exactly.
So I have some stuff to say about that, but I want to get into that next week when we actually dive into Microsoft head first. I'm probably actually, once we're done with all our predictions for these next 2 weeks before E3 hits, I'm probably going to make like a graphic of all of our predictions just to have, and then we can cross it off as things happen. We had a lot of predictions. Tune in next week. We're going to be talking about Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and everybody else, including Square Enix and stuff. Let's get into what we're going to be playing. I'm going to get back into Quantum Break, try to get through that. I'm having a blast with it. I want to get through as much of it as I can. The problem the problem I'm having trouble with Quantum Break is Overwatch. Game's super fun. I have EA Access, so I'm going to check out Mirror's Edge Catalyst, though I don't know if I want to get into it because I want to focus on Quantum Break, and I don't want to take time away from Quantum Break to play Mirror's Edge Catalyst and then get caught up in that. So I'll probably just be playing Overwatch and Quantum Break. Bo Burnham's new stand-up special came out on Netflix today. I'm a huge Bo Burnham fan. Super stoked to watch that. So I'll probably be checking out that probably tonight, sometime this week at the very least.
Shout out to Bo Burnham, dude. He's the shit.
I love Bo Burnham. Great. He's our generation's George Carlin, I like to say.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Just going to be doing that. Going to be awaiting next week to see what Dom thinks. We'll probably have a Doom discussion when he finishes up the single-player campaign, and we'll talk about that next week. And when I finish Quantum Break, we'll probably have a Quantum Break episode 2 with Jordan, so it's going to be awesome. So, just Overwatch and Quantum Break for me this week, guys. What about you guys?
Doom. I'm going to keep playing Doom.
Doom?
I'm going to play some more Doom.
Yeah.
Doom.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'll get back into Far Harbor after that.
Far Harbor.
I thought you were going to say Doom again.
Yeah, I'll get back into Doom, yeah.
Oh, but also I want to play some more Doom.
Okay.
Oh, okay. For me, I am, like I said, I've been reading those Witcher books, and I'm just rolling through those, loving those, and Of course, I'm going to be playing a ton more Blood and Wine. And I will make sure, even if I only turn on my PS3 just to hop in for a sec, I'm going to play some Persona 3 this week, that's for sure. And then, I've got some stuff that I kind of need to finish up. I've got Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. I got like halfway through that in 2 days and then just kind of haven't played it for a while. Same thing with Ratchet and Clank. Uncharted 4 came out, and was playing Witcher Hearts of Stone, and just some stuff popped up. I love Ratchet and Clank.
You never finished it?
And,
You've not finished it?
No, that's what I'm saying is I need to get back to it because I'm about halfway through there as well. So got some games I kind of need to tidy up on. And Odin Sphere Leaf Rouser comes out, or however the fuck you say that name. The remake of the PS2 game, remaster I should say, of the PS2 game by Vanillaware, who are masters of side-scrolling RPGs, JRPGs I should say. Probably be playing that. Probably gonna get that one. And Dragon's Crown is on sale, which is another Vanillaware RPG for Vita and PS3. Might be doing that. I might actually get that one instead of Odin Sphere because it's a PS2 remaster, and I think they're releasing it for a full $60, so might have to wait until that one comes down a little bit.
That's weird. Why remaster stuff when you can have backwards compatibility? Hashtag Xbox.
Yeah, I guess they could have just put out the PS2 version on PS4 for like, $10 or $15. That is
it's a remaster though. That does. I'll understand selling it if it's not, because backwards compatible is you're playing an older version. Remaster, you still have a little bit of reason to sell it, but yeah,
Even still, like there's like Devil May Cry or God of War 3. There's like PS3 remasters that come out for like less than 40, maybe even like 20 or $30, and then this PS2 game gets remastered for 60. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree. So you heard we're playing, got a hefty plate of video games for us. Hopefully Dom plays Doom. I don't know if he will. So thank you guys for listening. As always, if you want to give us a like on SoundCloud and follow us, that'd be great. We're also on iTunes. I recently put our podcast up on the Google Play podcast service thing that launched. Not too familiar with it, but seems like a lot of people like it, so I put it up on there as well. It recently got published. All of our episodes are up there from the beginning. And we're also on YouTube. We post the videos Monday through Friday. All of the parts go out, and then the final episode on Friday. If you want it early, it goes up on Sunday on SoundCloud. Thank you to anybody who shares, likes, follows, as we say every week. We really appreciate it. We still have, if you want to like us on or follow us on Twitter, we still have a giveaway going for that. Even if you guys already, followed us, share us with your friends. Even if you don't think they'd be interested, share us as much as you can, because we're trying to get out there as much as we can. And when you're as small as we are, it's really hard. And there's a lot of grinding that happens before you actually make it. So as long as we're seen by somebody popular, eventually we'll maybe get a little bit of traction. So any sharing, liking, following really helps us. We appreciate every single one, and we don't just say that. So thank you. Join us next week when we talk about Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and everybody else. Any closing words, Dom, Jordan?
Xbox Big Boy, coming 2017. That's the official name.
May the Force be with us.
May the Force be with us, and hopefully we get a new KOTOR. Everyone's hoping for one.
Hell yeah.
Catch you guys next time. Bye.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking out the Controlled Interest Gamecast. If you want to stay up to date, remember to subscribe on YouTube and iTunes, and give us a follow on SoundCloud and on Twitter at CTRLINT. #SmashTheDunst.